Well, I'd been approached by quite a few publishers over the years saying, would I do an autobiography? And I really didn't consider I had enough material or that I might be old enough to do such a thing. I thought you had to be sort of retiring by the time you did a book. But the more I thought about it, the more I realised that perhaps I did have a story to tell. Not only a story of quite an interesting and sort of varied acting career, but also an interesting life story as well, from growing up as a child and being small in the world and all the trials and tribulations and amusing things that happen as a result. The big break into the world of showbiz for me was my grandmother hearing a radio commercial, and they were looking for short people for the new Star Wars movie. So that for me was a turning point in my life. If my nan hadn't heard that commercial, I wouldn't be writing a book. You know, over the years I've told stories about my filmmaking exploits at sort of live events around the world. And so I'm very used to sort of telling those stories, but it was all the bits in between that I had to sort of find and sort of fill in those blanks. Talking about my family, my wife, my two kids who I adore. We did have a lot of trouble having children initially, and we had a little boy who sadly died. And I did question, you know, do I tell this? Is this part of my story? And it is, it's part of my life and it's very important. And I also felt that it's perhaps something that I would like to share as a kind of inspiring story, and perhaps if there are other people in similar situations, that they can sort of gain some strength from reading about it, and perhaps it will help them through, you know, what is a very difficult thing to go through.